Now, I know that the season hasn't even finished yet, and we don't even know who's all going to be in the Prem next year, but way too early predictions. Now, yeah, I think this is pretty good now what I've done. I think Millwall will win the playoffs and then get freaking obliterated, dude. I don't think it, and Ipswich is just going to do what they did last time. And I think Spurs is getting relegated this season. Call it wistful thinking. Very wistful thinking, but I really want them to go down. And I think West Ham just won't improve enough. And then I think the relegation contenders, which would be these three, are probably mostly just bogged down by Europe, which they'll be safe a few. They'll be safe. They'll just collapse near the end of the season. Like they'd be here if they didn't fall off a cliff. Coventry, who I think's good and won't get all of their stuff taken. Forest, who will get a little bit better. I just think they've been robbed of a whole bunch of too much stuff. I think Palace is going to be bogged down by Europe because I think they're going with the Conference League, and then I think that they're gonna be right around where they were, except there's a bit worse of teams. I think I think Sunderland and Leeds are both pretty like well-known clubs in England. You get what I'm saying? Like they're like bigger than most of the clubs below them, except for like Everton, Forest, West Ham. You get what I'm saying? Like they're pretty. Like Sunderland would imagine if Sunderland never went down, they'd be giant. Imagine if Leeds wasn't freaking horribly ran. They'd be up here with the big five. Why did I hit Newcastle? Also, I think Newcastle Villa will just keep rubber banding. One will get Champions League one year, the other will get it the next. I also think Brighton's just gonna keep improving. I think they're gonna one day hit Champions League and then get robbed and be like Hearess and then just keep building up, and that's gonna be their cycle for until the world ends, or until they get relegated. I think Everton's gonna miss out on Europe by a little bit. I think Brentford's gonna make Europe this year, and they're gonna be bogged down because they just aren't. They don't have the depth. Like basically what they have with Bournemouth, and then the other European teams. Why did I almost hit Newcastle and Brighton? No, I just realized something. You know what? Brighton will probably end up crashing and burning. Hater, rest in peace. You call me a hater, but I don't think. What I think they're gonna. I think they're in like sixth right now. Yeah, so I think they're below Bournemouth actually. They're. I think Bournemouth will go far in Europe, but do bad in the Prem, and I think Brighton might as well. Brighton will make it to like round of 16 and just have a really good late season in the Prem where they'll jump from like 12th to 6th. All of these teams are interchangeable. Like this row, you could mix it up, blend it however you want. That's how I feel about them. I think Everton, Fulham, also in Europe race near the end of the season. I think Leeds to Palace are going to be firmly where they are for a while. And Bournemouth will be like, you think we're going to be good? And they're going to fall off in the last like 5 game weeks and like barely be safe. But that's because West Ham will also be bad. Maybe. I know they're good, but I think they're going to get, robbed as most teams are. Really, I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth or Coventry or even Sunderland, if they get eviscerated this summer, if any of them go down. Basically, if you're 13 and below and you're not Palace, I wouldn't be surprised if you got relegated. Make it 12 and below. I have faith in Leeds. Leeds United Football Club, you've got this. You've got the capability to finish a solid 12th and be completely unexciting and then play like some other team that has no purpose to play on the final match day. It's going to be great. No one's going to watch. Anyway, I haven't talked about the Champions League. It's just going to be the same as the top four is just going to be these four teams now that United's not dead in the water. And I mean, I know this is the same top four as what this year will probably end up being, but like, does it really matter? What Liverpool will probably get a little bit better, and then a little bit worse. That'll probably be the day when Brighton makes Champions League. United will probably be good for a long time now. Man, it's crazy. Arsenal will play Haram ball and then get second in everything. They're gonna get. You know what would be crazy? You know what? Arsenal quadruple of second places next year. You heard it here first, folks. And then City win the league. Ooh. Who could have guessed? Like, man, it's just no one can compete with the consistency of not being horrible. I'm looking at. I mean, Brighton's consistent. They're consistently They've consistently been like European contenders to like 12th. It's like a 7-spot difference. What am I yapping about? No one here is consistent. I mean, these two. Well, besides Crystal Palace, they'll forever be mid. They probably won't even be in the relegation battle. It's just the title, because I think I had someone else in here earlier. Anyway, what really, I think Leeds will just invest well. Like, West Ham's going to get robbed for everything. I think Bournemouth losing their coach is going to hurt, and being in Europe will definitely not help with new regime. Probably going to have to bring in new players. It's just not going to gel well. I think Coventry's going to look better than Forest, but be worse. You know if that makes sense? Who cares? I think Everton will be close to Europe, but like last match they won't be able to make it. But then Chelsea will lose and they'll win. It'll be like, man, it was so close. If only Everton could got like a draw more or stuff, like just like one better result. Like they'll be close. Villa gets hurt by Europe and drops down a bit. Well, Champions League, because it just burns more than Europa League. Brighton makes Europe. Who cares? These three could be in any order. This is just, I think they'll make the Champions League. Arsenal gets second because it's Arsenal Football Club, and then City win the league because at a certain point, it's just how can City win the league each year with a different team challenging them? You know what? Nah, I was gonna say Man United. United City fight for the title. No, I don't think United's there yet. No, I'll do my 2027. I'll do my 2028 predictions. That'll be something. All right. Well, see you next time.